What is up, Grady? Welcome to the stream. Sentinel, welcome to the stream. So, guys, we are going to just kind of jump right into some of this stuff. Everything tonight changes in the TSW Wrestling universe. And I do mean everything. Paul, what is going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. So right now, you guys probably can tell there's some new looking title belts. There's some older looking title belts. We've seen these before. We have redesigned the Universal titles. There is now a men and women's tag Universal Championship, and there is also a men and women's Universal World title. Looks a little bit different. We now have some different looking title belts in the men's and the women's division, and you're probably noticing a lot more things, a lot more different wrestlers. Let's go ahead and get the show started so we can get into this right now. We're also trying something a little bit different with the camera angles. We will see how that works. So we have mentioned it before on the show. Vince McMahon has retired from the WWE, thus elevating Stephanie McMahon on the WWE side. That is important because Penny took over GM duties for TSW. Penny and Stephanie McMahon have now reached a deal to merge both promotions together. TSW finally has grown big enough to where they can merge together, and now we will have 3 weekly shows. We will have Monday Night Meltdown, we will have Wednesday Night Raw, and Friday Night SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Triple Crown Women's European Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the corporation from Blackpool, England, Fenwick.
So TSW, Raw, and SmackDown will be their own shows with their own wrestlers. And if you heard, this championship belt is called the Triple Crown. That's because we have 3 brands, TSW, Raw, and SmackDown, 3 brands, Triple Crown title belt match, or titles. And we'll get into that. It's going to take a minute for you guys to wrap your head around. It took me quite a long time to come up with. But that means this will be the last Thursday Night Outbreak for a while.
And introducing the champion from Chelsea, England. She is the Triple Crown Women's European Champion, the Legend Killer, Jane.
So the way the title structures are going to work, there's a men and women's European Championship that will fall under the TSW brand. There's a men and women's U.S. title belt that will fall under the SmackDown brand. And there is a men and women's Intercontinental title belt that will actually fall under the Raw brand. Now, this is going to take a minute. We're still working out how things move, who moves where, and what does what. But it's very exciting because we are going to see a lot of older type wrestlers and current wrestlers wrestling now every single week. But Stephanie and Penny thought it would be a really good idea to use this very last Thursday night Outbreak to start determining who the champions. So we're going to see every Universal title belt on the line tonight. We're going to see some of the women's Triple Crown belts on the line. We're going to see some of the men's Triple Crown belts on the line. We're going to see TSW world titles on the line tonight. This might as well have been a pay-per-view, but it's not. It's coming to you Thursday night Outbreak, and what could be the last one. So as we move on, wow. Well, wouldn't that have been something? One move, we have never seen it, but a one-move win. Kind of crazy that there is already a 2 count involved. But Jane off to a quick start. Phoenix kind of reeling a little bit. Now Jane walked down because all the normal title belts in TSW minus the men and women's world champions and the men and women's tag team world champions, all other titles have been vacated. They are now either Triple Crown or Triple Crown belts, or they just don't exist anymore. But like I said, as we move along, it's going to take a little bit for all of us to get used to. But we will do that. Phoenix going up to the top rope, turning things around. Huge elbow. Is Jane going to be able to recover from that? But it'll also be exciting to see all kinds of new wrestlers, all kinds of different things. And TSW wrestlers won't necessarily be wrestling only TSW wrestlers anymore. They're going to get a chance to branch out, show what they got. Jane now fighting through the armbar. Phoenix trying to become the very first Triple Crown Women's European Champion. So still trying to think through how some of these title belts are going to work. But the one thing we do know, all the titles can be defended on pay-per-views. But there are very specific belts. For instance, we talked about the European, the U.S., and the Intercontinental belts. They will only be defended on their shows, although at pay-per-views, anybody can fight for them. So, should be interesting. A lot of new rules, going 3 brands. NXT is going to remain the minor league system for the WWE, but make no mistake about it, TSW is not a minor league system for the WWE. It is its own brand. Oh, come on, win! You know, I've seen that happen one time, but we have never seen it on the air. What's going on, Dave? Welcome to the stream. Phoenix now recovering quickly. Jay trying to get it. Oh, big kick right up underneath the chin. Phoenix rolling the leg. 1. And Jane using the old kielbasa there. Wisely grabs the ropes. Doesn't even waste any energy kicking out. And Phoenix now puts a big slam on her. 1, 2. And Jane again kicks out in 2. I can't, to be honest, remember. I've done so many things here lately. There's so many changes, I don't even know who's wrestling tonight, honestly. I've gone back and forth a few times. I even debated not doing it right now. But I think we're in a position to where we can make everything work seamlessly from here. There's still a lot of work to do, but I've put in probably over 40 hours to put this together. and almost to get a 3 count on Phoenix. You can start to see Jane getting a little frustrated now. Takes that frustration up to the top rope and delivers her own big elbow. And what is this? Not even a move. I was going to say, I wasn't even aware. I've never seen Jane come out with an actual choke slam. But Phoenix fights through it. Hurricane Rana kind of has Jane reeling a little bit now. And now whips Jane back into the corner. Dangerous spot when Phoenix has anybody in the corner because she starts doing moves like this. Now, if she can get all 3 of these in, we have seen her win on this. Could she become the very first Triple Crown Women's European title? Rolls the leg. 1, 2, 3. And she does just that, the very first Triple Crown European Women's Champion.
Here is your winner and new Triple Crown Women's European Champion, Fenwick.
Now here's the other thing. We don't know how it's going to shake out to where which wrestlers are some of the TSW wrestlers. Are they going to end up on Raw on SmackDown, SmackDown on TSW, they can end up anywhere, and I think they're still working through that a little bit. The one thing we know is the Women's European Championship is a belt of the TSW brand. So, this Phoenix moving brands, will she have to drop the title? No. Now, I don't know if she's moving brands, but I know she won't have to drop the title. So that'll be something. Kind of toying around with a couple different ideas on how to make the Triple Crown Championships work. But if they are defended on a pay-per-view, and let's say it was a TSW Wrestling belt and a wrestler from Raw won it, the belt can only be defended on TSW. So they'll have to go over and defend that belt. They won't have to vacate it. They will still defend it. But they will be able to appear. That's the one way they can appear on a different show. So, there is that. Guys, remember, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. And I'm telling you, all those things I just said, it's free. Doesn't cost 1 penny.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship. Introducing the challenger from Virginia, Rebecca Dawn.
Becky getting her first shot, I believe, at the TSW Women's World Championship. That is happening right now. Current title holder is Heather D. Will she be able to wrestle that title belt away from the New World Order? Got this cup at Buc-ee's. $12. Man, lots of changes, though. We'll see some of them tonight. Well, we'll see a lot of them tonight, but I could have 18 different shows, and we'd see a difference in every single one of them.
Representing the NWO from Huntsville, Alabama, she is the Women's World Champion, Heather D.
Heather making her way down to the ring. Is the New World Order of the women's side going to stay in TSW? Now, if you remember all the way back to Season 1, Totes McGoats wrestled and outsmarted the New World Order to take the rights of the NWO. We haven't seen him since, except for in his own factions. But tonight, I do have it on very good authority. Not only will Hollywood Hulk Hogan be here, but so will Randy Savage, and I have heard they are wearing the colors of the NWO. Is that going to spark something else, or is it just something I have a feeling it's not just something. What is going on? Becky, you made it just in time. You are getting a shot at the Women's World Championship tonight on the TSW brand. So it's an idea that was going to wait until season 4. But there's just so many things. I couldn't wait any longer. We had to do it. Should be fun, and this is the right time of year. This will also make it easier when WWE 2K23 comes out. It'll make it easier for us to still have some shows while all this stuff is going on. So here we go. Will the New World Order keep the title belt, or is Becky going to bring it back to the TSW brand? Will the New World Order stay with the TSW brand? Will they follow a men's faction of the New World Order? And how is Totes going to handle all of that? I don't think all those questions get answered tonight. But I know one will. Does the belt stay with come home to TSW, or does it stay with NWO? I think we'll find that out in the next 10 minutes or so. Big overhand axe handle off the top rope. Then a 180 spinning jumping leg drop, and Becky firmly in control. And look, up to this point in Heather's world title run, she has actually been dominating. But so far in this match, it has been Becky who has been dominating the world champ. Heather now trying to fight her way back. DDT. And will she be able to maintain control of what's going on? Guys, remember, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It is free. Actually, everything we do on the channel is free. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any time we go live. Heather now, they're taking the action to the outside. But the title belt will have to be won on the inside. You can hear the referee counting. So there is no falls outside of the ring. And tonight, there will be no crazy matches. Remember, all the specialty titles have been suspended. I'm not going to say they're gone. They're not. They're just suspended. Big frog splash off the top rope, but she cannot pin her on the outside. And so Becky takes the time to recover. And Heather gets the count reset again. What is going on, Digital? Welcome to the stream. One of the things that I like about this WWE TSW merger is it gives all the wrestlers ample opportunities to go after world titles, to go after this. It doesn't get stuck into this faction. If they're not getting their shot at TSW, maybe they finish out their contract. They move on to the SmackDown brand. Maybe on the SmackDown brand they do get that shot. Or maybe on the Raw brand. Who knows? Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. That's right. We are almost. Well, we are not almost. We are 10 days away from Christmas. And a 2 count, but Becky kicks out in 2. Heather now runs over, gets back up on that top rope. Don't know if Becky sees what's going on. Oh, but she does. Gets out of the way. Heather tries the missile drop kick. Sells it, and a big slam. Is Becky going to go for the pin here? No. Does not, but still maintains control. And it looks like rolls the leg. This might be it. 1, 2. And 2.5. Heather kicks out. Becky is like, oh, she can almost taste the championship gold right now. Big belly to belly. And Becky telling the champ, get up. The champ's starting to get up. Corkscrew takedown on the knee. And here is her finishing move. Is she going to get it in? She does. The H-bomb rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And Becky kicks out of the champion's finishing move in 2. I don't even think that was 2.5. Heather now with the headbutt. You can tell she's getting frustrated. Can Becky take advantage of her frustration? Will Heather make a mistake? And then can she take advantage of it? Right now, she's got to survive the moves that are going on. Can she get it turned back around? Reversal. Here we go again. Oh, Heather gets out of the way that time. Both competitors trying to get back to their feet. Snapmare. Heather goes, rolls the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Heather will retain the TSW Women's World Champion. But that has so far been the toughest competition she has had for the world title belt. I think Becky's saying, hey, let's get a rematch in. Shake on it. And she does. So it looks like there's going to be a rematch in the future, in the near future at that. But for now, the NWO holds on to the women's world title belt. Here we go. Here is another surprise kind of match. And this starts going on now because we don't know where the wrestlers are going. So title belt's on the line. Angel gets his very first shot at the TSW world title. Now, if you remember the last time we saw Angel in a match, he took on Father Time and beat him. Father Time, a former world champion and one of the few world champions to ever defend the title at least one time. Win the title, defend the title belt at least once. Only like 5. There's five wrestlers in TSW that have ever done it. Robbo being one of them. So is Angel going to be able, now that he is the head of the Authority, after wrestling that away from Father Time, and then this is another thing, does Father Time stay with TSW? We don't know. But we do know Angel has a world title shot right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the Authority, from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 225 pounds, Angel.
That's the other thing we're going to have to figure out. Like, while we know some of these things are going on, we do know the mergers have happened. We do know there's going to be 3 main brands. We know there's going to be TSW, Raw, and SmackDown. How do the pay-per-views work? We don't know that. But another thing we know is Frankie Two Fingers has been promoted to be the lead announcer on all 3 shows. Frankie Two Fingers will be calling the matches for Raw and for SmackDown and for TSW and all the pay-per-views. They tried to get rid of me, but ended up promoting me to head announcer. It's between me
and introducing the
and
champion,
myself.
representing the 4 Horsemen, from Wolverhampton, England, weighing in at 241 pounds. He is the World Champion, Robbo.
Now, here's the thing. Both of our world champions, Heather and Robbo, have been very, very dominant in almost every single one of their matches. But as we just saw, Becky gave Heather a run for her money. Is Angel going to be able to not only do that, but also wrestle the title away from Robbo? And I have it on pretty good authority, there will be a shakeup in the Horsemen. And in a good way. Now, while the Horsemen have been looking for their fourth partner, I will let you know they have found him. Don't know when they want to talk about it. Don't know when they'll make that announcement. Don't know when they'll give me the go-ahead to announce it to everyone. But know this. They have the fourth Horseman in their stable right now. One guess we could have, though, is it's not Angel. Angel wouldn't be in the ring wrestling the leader of the Horsemen. I got to be honest, that TSW World Title belt is one of my favorite. You wait till you see all the other belts that we have created. We have, there's 27 wrestling belts. Some of them you've seen before. We just changed the straps up a little bit. Some of them you have not. Robbo, though, normally kind of has to withstand a quick little onslaught. It normally doesn't happen that long. An onslaught might not be the right word, but series of moves initially. But Robbo coming out, getting off to a quick start, and maybe that's a good sign. Maybe Angel is trying to take Robbo's strategy, use it for himself to actually take the title from him. I do know this, I wouldn't want to get hit that many times by Robbo, though. If I had a choice. Here we go, flying headbutt, and oh my God, head-to-head on that. But now Angel, this is what happens. Robbo will get something reversed on him and immediately reverse it back on whoever he's wrestling. And that has just happened again, where I was like, okay, here we go with Angel, but our champion firmly in control of this match and what is going on. Angel now starting to use some of that aggression. That might be a good thing. Almost like he's hulking up a bit, but Robbo just a little bit quicker and whips him into the corner. Keeping him in the corner, kind of giving him that beat down. Now pulling them back out to the center. Referee keeping an eye on what's going on. Actually in really good position for a change. And a 2.5 count. I wasn't even counting because I thought, no, it's not time. But it's getting close. Angel's got to be careful. And Angel's got to stop. He's got to start giving more than he's receiving. It's Christmas. It's that time of year. Better to give than receive. Angel is proving the point right now. Is that going to be it? No. Oh, Angel gets him. Catches him while he's driving by. Gives him the running by jumping neck breaker. Big right hand. Thinks he wanted to go up to the top rope, but quickly noticed Robbo was getting up. And Robbo is not one to stay down very long. So trying to use like the top rope antics against Robbo, usually not very good. But now Angel's starting to put together a bunch of moves in a row. And here he goes. This is his finishing move, the Halo, which is a trifecta move. Is this going to be enough to win the world title? Does he know where he's at? Rolls him the wrong way into the ropes. But I don't think Robbo knows where he's at. And 2.5. This is the closest it has been for Robbo to lose the title belt. Robbo now starting to get his wits back about him. And this is Robbo's finishing move. There it is. 1, 2. And a 2 3/4. Robbo was already cashing that check. But those chickens hadn't hatched yet. Now Robbo up on the top rope. Angel getting to his feet. Dives, completely misses, but Angel still hasn't come to yet. And Robbo kind of slowing it down just a little bit. Probably heard the old Bark Squad in the background there. And now has him kind of almost in that version of the Witch's Brew. It is not the Witch's Brew, but that version of it. And Robbo uses that to get the victory and retain the TSW World title. So no new world champions on the TSW side today. But there is still Universal World titles that will be on the line. And Angel kicking himself, knowing that he was very, very close. But did not get the job done. Could be something that we see in the future, but something we're about to see right now is the brand new Universal Men's Tag Team Championships on the line and against an iconic tag team in the Steiner brothers. Now, Simba and Grady are going to walk those title belts down. These Universal Championships can be fought on all three shows in every single pay-per-view. If Rowdy was here, Rowdy would know who that guy is over there. I mean, you got Rick Steiner and you got Scott Steiner, but then you got Braun Breaker, which is Rick Steiner's son. So, we will. Now, do these guys end up in TSW? Do they not? Do they end up on the Raw brand, or do they end up on the SmackDown brand? There's a lot of interesting things, a lot of exciting things going on with all of this. But right now, none of that is going to matter. Thanks, Digital. I appreciate that, brother. None of that, though, is going to matter in this match. One of them is going to win. One of them is going to be the brand new Universal World Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, accompanied by T-Rex Steiner. At a combined weight of 537 pounds, the Steiner brothers.
What's funny, I had to download all three of these and then change all of their outfits to make them look better, a little more updated. And we're just going to do it to where everybody's in their prime. All the old wrestlers that we're going to have come in, all the new wrestlers. Look at those title belts.
And introducing the champions at a combined weight of 480 pounds. They are the Universal Tag Team Champions, American Alpha.
American Alpha making their way down to the ring. Probably gave Roode and Walter, their toughest match, grossly outweighed in that match. Now those belts too will be on the line tonight, and kind of a little special thing that might be a little bit of an insight as to where a couple of the wrestlers are or are not going. But is American Alpha enough tonight to retain these world titles from one of the greatest tag teams of all time? It's kind of neat how these belts were made, like just on a side note. It looks like they go together that way, but that's about 4 things that I made look like it went together that are just like 4 separate pieces on that title belt. But it looks like it flows, like that was already how it was. So that's always good when it works out that way. So starting off the match, Rick Steiner and Simba getting after it. Now Scott Steiner, obviously one of the larger ones in the match, but not fast either. So you got kind of the gremlin, the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner, who's kind of your tweener. You have Grady and Simba. Yeah, I mean, size, but they're should be a little bit faster. They're definitely and typically going to have to use more of their speed. Now, I'm not saying they're blazing fast. They're not the Flash, but they're typically a little bit faster than the others. And so when they have their timing on, they are almost impossible to stop. Simba gets Rick Steiner over in the corner, delivering the boots to him, and now gets him back up on his feet. Thought he might have been going for a thing where he was going to get a double team in on it, but right now, getting in control, Rick Steiner jumping to get Scott in, and Simba walks over and gets Grady, and Grady block. Oh, though Scott Steiner catches him right in the gut. But this is what I'm talking about. Grady back to his feet just fast enough to catch Scott Steiner off, kind of off kilter. Scott wasn't expecting that. Gets him up. Not even a 1 count. And look at Big Papa Pump. That's your hookup. You got to holler if you hear him. Grady now taking it up to the top rope. Big elbow drop. Did you see? Like, he brought the elbow up and then back down just for some extra added force. Now, guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications. It is free. Aerosmith sang a song about it, and they said it don't cost a thing. And even when they dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. So, I know what that sounded like. Peanut gallery out there. I see you rolling your eyes. But what I'm saying is it's free. It don't cost a thing. Hit that button. Turn on the bell. Share the video. Prove your mom's sister on your dad's father's uncle's side wrong. Let her know how good of a sharer you really are. And that phone call to your mom was unwarranted. You are a good sharer. Scott Steiner now. Wowzers. That was almost like Ryukin. You know what I mean? Except that was some kind of uppercut. That was like video game uppercut-esque. But now Grady, look. Oh, Grady's starting to feel it. Says he is alpha enough. Turns back around, says, oh, you haven't made it over there yet. Well, hey, let me do this. Let me help you up on your feet because that's just the kind of guy Grady is. And then give the, oh, thought he was going to get him possibly with his finishing move, but Scott Steiner fights through it, gets him up, And then right back down on a big slam. And I'm going to tell you, everything Scott Steiner does is big. Rolls the leg, 1, 2, and Grady out in 2. Is Braun Breaker? I highly doubt he will be, but is he going to play a role in this at all? Grady, though, again recovers, gets him over in the corner, big right hand, and now has him on the ground, picks him back up. Oh, man, catches him again. Thought he was going to get him, but Steiner again gets it reversed through. Now, remember, the Steiner brothers in real life were wrestlers at Michigan, so even though they're big, big muscle, can't use head to think straight, they're still very technical wrestlers, despite what they look like. So we got the big slam. Steiner gets over. Steiner, that's hilarious. Scott Steiner gets over, tags Rick in. Grady back to his feet. Now, can Grady survive this and get... Yeah, it does. He gets Simba tagged back in. Emergency tag. And then Simba back. Kind of catches Rick Steiner off guard. You get used to like one speed and one thing that's happening, and then you come out, bam, big elbow, rolls the leg, 1, and only a 1 count. That's when you know, hey, we might be in this. I hope we packed a lunch because this might take all day. But think about what a big victory this would be. TSW wrestlers going against the likes of the Steiner brothers, and if they can pull out the victory, that kind of signals, hey, we belong on the big stage. And whether you belong or not, they're on the big stage. Grady kicks out in 2. Scott Steiner got in to break some things up, but I don't think Simba got in. I think he knew Grady had it. Oh, big sit-down powerbomb. As made famous by McWayne. McWayne likes to call it the sit-down sausage, which I find hilarious. Here we go. Grady takes them up, brings them back down. And here it is. Big neck breaker now, rolls up the leg, pushing out against the ropes, but right up in the wrong corner. Scott Steiner doesn't see Grady there, and Grady's like, hey, why don't you get out of here, buddy? Oh! Went to throw him out. Scott got it reversed around, but not in enough time. And now Grady gets him out, gets back up on top of Rick Steiner. Now Rick kind of on an island, and Braun just sitting there, realizing he's got a really good seat for the match he's watching tonight. So we've seen the back and forth. We've seen the Steiner brothers kind of get on top. We've seen the others get on top. American Alpha. We've heard my dogs do their barking. Just trying to figure out why that could be. No idea. And a bulldog, which is Rick Steiner's finishing move, rolls the leg, 1, 2. And in the last couple matches, this is something we really got to watch out for. Grady has missed a couple saves. Gets in there this time and gets a bulldog delivered right down on top of his head. Now Simba on an island by himself. Simba is going to have to fight through this. Can he get to his feet before Scott Steiner gets over to him? No, he cannot. Oh, look at that. Big pump of pumps, your hookup. You got to holler if you hear him. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. Wow, 2 3/4. Now that's after a couple finishing moves. Simba, though, gets back to his feet. And now, oh, look at him. Getting a little alpha. Alpha's starting to come out, staying on top of Scott Steiner. But Scott flips it around, reverses DDTs. Will he go for the pin? No, instead just stomping the face, working on the back of the head. Grady now getting to his feet and probably just in the nick of time. Rolls the leg, 2, 3, and once again, something not going right in the communication of American Alpha. Grady was there, could have got in, waited too long.
Here are your winners, the Steiner Brothers.
And the Steiner Brothers become our very first Universal World Tag Team Champions. Now, why we know that, we still don't know. What brand do they end up on? So, really, in their debut match, coming back to the WWE and WWE brands, they walk away with the World Universal Tag Team Championships. So that is something. Now, in real life, you probably heard Mandy Rose recently as just yesterday, got fired from the WWE, but not in our universe. She is going to be there. So, yeah, there is something now. There is something. Not sure why, how, when, or where, but there is something. They did an update, and you can see there are a lot less double team moves for some reason. And I hope that gets fixed now. They fixed a few other things that were bad, and so that's, I think what they were trying to do was fix the tag team finishers, and then this is what happens. But they did make it so people don't get in and save people every single time, which is nice, because those matches take way too long.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Ministry of Darkness.
So a lot of times we see that the men's and the women's are the same, just different straps basically, and the women's have like one extra thing on there. But in this case, these belts are completely different. So now, will Crimson meet back up with her dad? Or will she stay in TSW and try to dominate? We just don't know. Will this team stay together? What happens if they don't win these belts? Will they stay together? Don't know. Now, we put the Universal titles on them because they were the Global Tag Team Champions.
And introducing the champions, they are the Universal Women's Tag Team Champions, Toni Storm and Mandy Rose, the Suicide Bloods.
So now, in all three shows, you have a men's world champion and a women's world champion, world tag team champions and women's world tag team champions. In every brand, you have those four things. There is only one men and women's United States champion, only one Intercontinental champion, men and women, only one television champion, only one extreme and hardcore champion, like men's hardcore champion, women's extreme champion. There's only one now across all brands, and those titles are now called the Triple Crown titles. All other titles, including the global titles, have been suspended. Those are sharp-looking title belts, too. We made some sharp ones. We're eventually going to redesign some of them, but we had to get the idea going. So Toni Storm and Awesome Christina will start this match. Mandy Rose and Crimson will be in reserve. But Toni Storm getting to work really quick. Now, this is a tag team that has actually beat some very, very good tag teams to become the women's global tag team champions. Can they win here tonight to become the very first universal women's tag team champions? So you have all those, and then you have the universal titles. Those 4 titles, men and women's world title, men and women's world tag team titles. There is no more intercontinental tag team titles. Those have all been suspended for every brand. And all the men's titles mirror all the women's titles and vice versa, right? So this has kind of been, I think, for like your WWE universe, who will benefit the most from it is probably the women's division, where we have a lot more established stars in TSW than they do in the WWE. They have some, but they don't have the number of established stars we have. And so I think this strengthens and elevates all 3 shows, at least in the women's division. So kind of right back to where we started. Awesome Christina, though, now getting the best of Toni Storm on the outside. Leg drop, Awesome Christina on the outside. Toni Storm trying to weather the storm, but as you can hear, this isn't a Falls Count Anywhere match, and the titles will not change hands on a count out. So who that really ends up benefiting right now is who we recognize as the champions. And right now, that's Mandy Rose and Toni Storm. So Crimson either needs to get outside to reset the count, so that's super close. Like, I am shocked Crimson didn't figure that one out. But Toni Storm almost has a count out happen, but it wouldn't have mattered for them. They would have retained the titles and became our very first. They just can't change hands. So the burden of that count out stuff falls. Oh my gosh, like how far up did she go? Almost not even fair. And the only woman that actually steps over the top rope. That's Kane's daughter, Crimson. Mandy Rose tried to let it fly, actually missed that one. Missed that one, but I don't blame her for missing it after being thrown as high as she did by old Crimson there. But she has been the one firmly in control of the match since Awesome Christina, or AC as we like to call her, has gotten tagged in. AC now trying to get things turned back around. And then a move that The Undertaker has done comes down big. That top rope walk that comes down big on that arm. 1, 2, and a 2.5 count, but Mandy kicks out 2.5. Christina then says, okay, we got to continue. We got to continue the pain. Bring on the pain. Wow. Wow. AC throws her to the outside. Crimson says, I got it. Yeah, I got this. Take her, picks her up, drops her right on the apron on the outside there. She falls to the ground, but somehow has the wherewithal to try to get things turned back around. AC, though, not having any of it. AC did throw her a little high and outside. Totally missed the ring post on that one, if that's what she was aiming for. Don't know if that's what she was aiming for or not, but she missed regardless. And I thought AC was going to get up after Toni Storm, but has not. The thing that's been kind of shocking me, though, is giving them the chance to get in or out of the ring and not control the action. Mandy Rose said, shouldn't have did that. Brings her down. Thought she might have went for the pin, decided against it, and now gets AC back over into the corner. No double team, though. Headbutts AC. Oh, backbreaker, and now gets Toni Storm tagged right back in. So yeah, they give up some size, right? But they don't give up enough size for it to matter. They gave up size in the last match when they walked away with the global champions. And these are belts that they've earned. It's not like they won on accident, on a oopsie. The old oopsie daisy move is not how they've been winning their matches. AC now trying to get it turned back around. Goes for the grapple, misses, gets it the second time, but fights through it. It was that indecision right there by Awesome Christina that allowed Toni to get things turned back around. Well, get him turned around, then take a big right hand. So I would say, hands down, the freshest wrestler in the arena has got to be Crimson. She has done about 2 or 3 moves. That has been about it in this match. And she's the one you don't want to allow in the ring. You don't want her being the legal person. But that's what they got now. Crimson easily the biggest female wrestler between all 3 brands. But Toni Storm not backing down, gets Crimson back in the ring. She is going to have to start using her speed against Crimson. Toni Storm's like, well, maybe we get Mandy. Maybe we get Mandy back in. Or no, just get her in the corner and pull a move off on her. Now goes, rolls the leg. That's one thing. So Mandy went over, got in position, and then the referee comes over and blocks it. Look at this. Picks her up. Big kind of swinging neck breaker. We've only seen a handful of wrestlers actually be able to pull that move, but to be able to pull it off onto Crimson, that's something else. And a 2.5 count. Wasn't going to call it because I thought it was too early. But apparently it is never too early. Crimson, though, trying to fight through and has not been able to. Here we go, our first double team of the evening. And this is all I'd be doing to Crimson. Double team upon double team. I mean, at the end of the day, Crimson's just too big of a wrestler just to be trying to take on head on. You can't take her head on. Inside the ring, outside the ring, kind of a sit-down rope-assisted stunner. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the stream. Man, if you missed the big announcements, you might want to watch the beginning. But we've been talking about it all throughout. Guys, remember to support the channel, subscribe. It is absolutely free. And share the video. Let's get the word out that this is going on. It is very, very helpful and very much appreciated. So Crimson now trying to get Toni Storm back into the center of the ring. Rolls up the leg. Referee, 1. And only a 1 count. Mandy Rose gets in, breaks it up. What is going on, Jane? Welcome to the stream. Totes and Jane today ramboed the crap out of some General Anderson. Go check out that live stream if you missed it. And now Toni Storm whips her up into the corner, gets her up, uses the ropes. That has got to do it. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2, and somehow Crimson kicks out yet again. But that is getting closer and closer and closer. With this move, could we have brand new women's Universal Champions? No. You got to hit the move to make it work. Now picks her up onto the ropes. Thought she was going to use the ropes. But it's just kind of amazing that Mandy or Toni could get Crimson up in the air. Remember, Crimson's still the largest female wrestler, and that is to even include China. So now here she goes. Flippity-doo-dah powerbomb on that one. But in the wrong corner. AC there to break it up. Gets her in the corner and immediately takes her attention straight back to Crimson. Oh, now she's sharing duties here. Big double team on AC, but she's not even the legal person. That gives Crimson enough time to recover, and I'm shocked. Crimson had to be playing some really, really good possum to even know Mandy Rose is technically the legal man. Now rolls up the leg. This might do it. 1, 2, 3. And they brought down the brand new Universal Women's Tag Team title belts. And they will walk out with them.
Winners and still the Universal Women's Tag Team Champions, Mandy Rose and Toni Storm, the Suicide Blondes.
So Mandy Rose may have gotten fired yesterday in real life, but she is not fired here tonight. She is half of the Universal Women's Tag Team Champions. Here we go, brand new. Before it was called the Undisputed Universal Championship. Now it is only called the Universal Championship. It has been redesigned. The front of it looks like nothing I've ever seen. You recognize Goldie. It still kind of looks like, well, it's still Goldie, but it's got some different details that I've never seen anybody do yet. Roman Reigns will take on Chris Jericho to see who will technically be our very first Universal Champion. Oh, I hope that controller was not on Roman Reigns. We'll figure it out real quick. Guys, remember, I do not control the wrestlers. So if it's the first time you're watching, I create the wrestlers, the arenas, the championship belts, the storylines. I turn off the announcing, I announce, but I do not control the wrestlers. Can you guys believe Roman Reigns making his debut on a TSW Wrestling title show?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the generation from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns!
So Roman Reigns, head of the table of the Bloodline, making his way down to the ring, getting his very first shot at the brand new Universal World Championship. None of the title belts on Raw are going to be the same. None of the title belts on SmackDown are going to be the same. They have all been redesigned. All the Universal Championships redesigned. Tag Team Championships redesigned. Man, Digital, rewatch my stream because with my build that I show, I think I showed it towards the end. Or go check out Patrick Wolf. It's the same build. I could solo that content. Not easy, but I could do it. Roman looking very, very determined right now to be our very first Universal World Champion. I'm going to have to figure this out really quick, though, if I accidentally had my controller set on Roman Reigns. If he doesn't move like in the first second, I'm going to have to pause it and put it back to
and
where
introducing
it
the
should
champion
be.
from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 252 pounds. He is the Universal Champion, Chris Jericho.
So you can see the world now has some color to it. The crown's got some silver. The nameplate's got some silver to it. Not just a straight gold belt, right? A little bit of color to it. But Chris Jericho, if you remember, had just won the undisputed Universal Championship. Now that belt technically has been suspended, and we now have just a Universal Championship. He walks out because he was that champion, and he puts that belt on the line tonight against Roman Reigns. Okay, I am ready, just in case. We don't need no funny business in these matches. So referee has the belt. Let's Roman check it out. Roman's like, that's something I need to get around my waist. Bring that home to the Bloodline. Is Chris Jericho going to be able to stop him from doing it? Exactly what I thought. I thought I saw that right at the end. Yeah, God dang it. That's fine. Now, but nothing has happened. So here we go. Chris Jericho, probably a little bit due to the controller thing just happening, gets the upper hand early in the match, but Roman not. I know. Have you ever seen anything quite like that? I mean, it's subtle, right? But I do like that version of Old Goldie. Don't know why I've never thought of it before. Roman Reigns, huge. Like kind of chest bomb, power slam. Who knows what that's called? But Jericho recovers quickly, and that's going to be the thing that Jericho has to do. But can Jericho set his ego aside long enough not to play it up to the crowd and just focus on the business at hand? Now, you put Jericho in a multi-match, he's got to stay on his game. One-on-one, though, you can see right away already wanting to play it up and now paying the price for it. Now off the rope and a big clothesline. Roman now trying to get him rolled over. Is Jericho close enough to the ropes? Does not look like it, but still finds a way to fight through it. Takes it up, second rope. Oh! Missile drop kick off the second rope. And now Lion Salt rolls the leg. 1, 2. And Roman kicking out in 2. Now that's the other thing that makes Chris Jericho very unique. He has 4 or 5 different finishing moves. Some are submissions, some are slams, some are elbows, some, you don't even know. The Lion Salt, that's what that was. The Lion Tamer, the Walls of Jericho. I don't know what the elbow's called. The Book of Enoch, maybe? Who knows? Oh, there's one of them. That's how he won the belt last time, 2. And 2 3/4. Jericho cannot believe it. Is he going to? And it looks like he's going to do it. Puts him in the Walls of Jericho. Will Roman Reigns tap out? No, Roman bites through it. Jericho held on for too long. Now it looks like Roman might be in control and misses his opportunity. Jericho quickly back up and gives him the old birdies. Said smile for the camera. Now clothesline, usually followed up by a Superman punch. But instead gets him in a submission hold. Can Jericho fight through it? Jericho does. And what is going on now? Whoa, Totes McGoats with the brand new. Is he going to actually cash this in? Says he's not. But that almost gave Roman Reigns the chance that he needed to get the belt, but Jericho recovers quickly. And a 2.5 count. Roman still finding ways to kick out. Unbelievable. Now, seriously, Jericho has done much, much better in this match. If I would have been a bet man, I wouldn't have guessed he would have won the title last time, and I certainly wouldn't have guessed he would have been in the match this long. Now, he's had to overcome quite a few things. Totes coming out, obviously, with the Money in the Bank. Totes slated to wrestle later tonight for the TSW World Tag Team titles, going up against Brute and Walter. Now Jericho reverses it around, and only a 2 count. Can he stay in control? Yeah, you can start to see the frustration of Jericho coming out. Roman Reigns gets to his feet. Jericho mistimes that move. Roman Reigns, though, misses his move, the Superman punch, and Jericho back up on top. Maintains control of this match, but almost lost it super quick. If Roman Reigns could have landed that Superman punch, that would have been over right there. All over but the crying. That would have been Superman punch, probably followed up by the spear, and dishes are done, dude. 1, 2, and again, kicks out in 2. And now, there it is again, hits him, caught him right behind the ear, and now sets up for the spear. We just got done talking about this. If he hits it, I gotta believe it's over. Will the Bloodline bring home the championship? 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Jericho kicks out. I don't ever remember seeing anybody kick out of those 2 moves once they were done in succession. Roman Reigns is like, I am not giving this up. Outside the ring you go. Big power bomb. And Roman Reigns slowing things down maybe a little bit, gathering his thoughts, trying to make sure that he doesn't make a mistake. Another power bomb. That is 2 power bombs, one after the other. One from inside the ring to outside the ring, and then the other already outside the ring. Throws him in to the apron. And how much, look, end of the day, how much can Jericho take? You powerbomb me one time, I'm done. Referee count already up to 5. Is Roman getting in the ring to reset the timer? Why, yes, he is. Remember, Jericho was the one that brought it in. So, Roman cannot win the belt. He can win the match, but he can't win the belt on a countout. Jericho can't lose the belt on the countout. Take it easy, Rowdy. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Jericho finally gets it turned around on the outside of the ring, and I gotta believe Jericho would not care how he won the match, just as long as that belt left with him. Jericho now getting to do the thing he loves doing, played it up to the crowd a little bit, but waiting on Roman Reigns. Catches him at just the right time, now brings him more into the center of the ring. Is this to put him again in the walls of Jericho, or nope, that's what it's going to be for. Walls of Jericho applied. Will Roman tap out? Looks like he's trying to tap out, but he can't tap anything. Jericho then lets him up. Is he going to go for the pin? And if he does, will this do it? Will this be the match? 1, 2, 3. And Chris Jericho will leave the brand new Universal World Champion.
Still Universal Champion, Chris Jericho.
But I'm going to tell you what, Totes McGoats made it very clear in no uncertain terms. He will play that briefcase at any time. So here we go, something we talked about earlier, another of the Triple Crown Intercontinental Championship. This title belt will be defended on Raw only. Now tonight, again, it's going to take a little while to shake some things out and do some things and whatever. Rey Mysterio Jr., the current champion, but you can see Macho Man Randy Savage wearing the colors of the New World Order and Hulk Hogan. Now, they were both told they cannot do that. Totes owns the rights to that. They must have told Totes, hey, take 2 fingers, call me in the morning. And now, make their way out.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Triple Crown Intercontinental Championship. Introducing the challenger, accompanied by Hollywood Hogan, representing the NWO from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 255 pounds, Macho Man Randy the Savage.
So Macho Man Randy Savage will face off against Rey Mysterio tonight for the Triple Crown Intercontinental title belt. But what is Totes going to do in response to this? Or did they work out a deal? Is Totes making a little bit of side cash by letting them use the NWO branding? That very well could be. We don't know what's going on, but what we do know, there is now a men's version of the NWO, and they are back in TSW Wrestling. NWO not wanting to make a quick entrance. They want to make sure that you know that they're there. Sounds like one coming to me too. And remember, Totes still owns the NWO World title belt. Will Hollywood try to get it back from him? Don't know. The one thing I do know, Macho Man looks pretty good. It's a pretty good rendition of Macho Man Randy Savage. Probably agree with you, Sentinel.
And introducing the champion from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds. He is the Triple Crown Intercontinental Champion, Rey Mysterio.
So something I want you guys to notice about these belts. The TSW title belts, the actual straps on the belt are black. The belts for Raw are red. The belts for SmackDown are blue. And the Triple Crown belts have all three colors in them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool idea, I thought. So Rey Mysterio, not to be outdone by anybody. Rey Mysterio typically on the Raw brand and has to be if he's carrying the Intercontinental title belt. But here to celebrate what could be the very last Thursday night Outbreak. While that show will get suspended after this, and you will only have Monday Night Meltdown, TSW brand. You'll have Wednesday Night Raw brand obviously, and Friday Night SmackDown. TSW will still have one minor show, and NXT will still be the feeder brand for all three major brands. So, deal has been reached between TSW and WWE to merge. Penny and GC Rock has grown the TSW brand big enough to where when Vince McMahon retired from the WWE, Stephanie McMahon took notice. Her and Penny worked out the deal, and they will be the ones working through the rest of this stuff. But it's going to take some time. Again, we don't know all the details on everything. All we do know is we're going to have a lot more wrestlers in the fray. So Macho Man Randy Savage, Rey Mysterio Jr. getting after it right now. This is Macho Man's debut back in to the WWE. And he is getting a shot at the Triple Crown Intercontinental Championship. That's awesome. That's very, very cool, Eagle. Not bragging when it's true. So Macho Man, another guy that we downloaded, and then had to change up his outfit to match it to where it looked better. So it looked a certain way. I didn't like it, and now it looks like this. But very interesting. We have seen both TSW titles fought for tonight. We have seen both Universal Championship belts on the tag side fought for tonight. We have seen a couple of the Triple Crown titles defended and fought for tonight. And we are not even done yet. We still have TSW World Tag Team Men's Championships to go. Walter and Brute will be putting those on the line against Totes McGoats and a mystery partner. And the Women's Universal Championship will be on the line tonight when Ronda Rousey will face off against Ozzy, who will be bringing down the Universal Women's Tag Team Championships. Now look at this. Here we go. Rey Mysterio sit through. Sometimes he will come up and pin people off of that move alone. But again, a little early in the match. We will have to see Randy Savage fighting through. And you know the NWO, the way they do things. They like things on the outside. They like them dirty. Big body blow off the top. That side body down onto Rey Mysterio. Oh, Rey gets him again. That kind of sit through the middle leg power bomb. And say hello to Mrs. Eagle. I just saw that. I missed it the first time. Referee count already up to 7. Savage goes inside because it was Rey Mysterio that brought the belt down. He can't lose the belt on a count out. Savage, though, trying to bring, apparently, the newly formed NWO, trying to bring home a title belt for them and the Triple Crown, the Triple Crown Intercontinental title. Rolls the leg, only a 2 count. Savage wants him to count faster. The referee's count, though, has been pretty solid all night long. Now Savage going up to the top. This could be the big elbow drop. It is. That will probably do it. Rolls the leg. 2, 3. And we have a brand new Triple Crown Intercontinental Champion in his debut match coming back to the WWE. Now, if the NWO is truly back, which brand do they go on, or do they go across all 3 brands? Maybe Savage is in TSW and Hogan is in something, and then who else is in the New World Order? Is Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, are they back? Are they in the New World Order? That we just don't know. But I'm sure as we start seeing more and more things, we are going to start seeing it develop. Now, I believe this is the second to last match, and in our main event, the women will put their title belt on the line. Now, kind of interesting, but it's starting to look like the mystery partner for Totes is going to be Bobby Roode. And if that is his partner, is Bobby Roode coming to TSW, Or is Totes going to the Raw brand? And if he is going to another brand, then why is he wrestling for the TSW Tag Team Championships? Like, who knows? But what we do know is the Fiend is going to escort Walter and Brute down to the ring. And when that has happened, they have been undefeated. Now, I will say, it's a little side note by the editor. We're the one who recreated Bobby Roode. I think they'll still call him Robert Roode, but we're the ones who actually did the recreation. I like it. I like it a lot. So, will Walter and Brute be able to keep the championships, or is the newly formed tag team, and who even knows, hopefully the announcer knows what they call themselves, because I don't know here what they call themselves, but we're about to find out.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 510 pounds, the Reaper and Robert Roode, the Militia.
So the brand new tag team of Robert Roode and Totes McGoats are calling themselves the Militia. And that's kind of makes a lot of sense when you start looking at, they wear a logo called Hired Guns. The Militia, kind of a hired guns group of people. Makes a lot of sense, but are they going to be able to finally get the TSW World Tag Team Championship belts off of Brute and Walter? Now, this tag team weighs 500-something pounds. The next one weighs a lot more. This entrance fits perfectly with the music playing in the background. I wish you guys could hear it.
And introducing the champions, accompanied by Bouet Wyatt, at a combined weight of 878 pounds. They are the World Tag Team Champions, the Disciples of Darkness.
So most of the time, people walk out, they have the title belts on, and those title belts look huge. They look muy pequeño on these two. Absolutely crazy. 878 pounds. You know, so every tag team is typically giving up over 300 pounds to these two. What does this mean, too, for this team, for this group? Does Bray Wyatt, do they stay in TSW? I mean, they hold the TSW tag team title belts. TSW programming is the only programming that the belts can be defended on. And the only programming that TSW has right now after this show is done is going to be Monday Night Meltdown. Does that mean they're in the TSW brand? Do they say Bray moves on? If that happens, are they still going to be what they are right now? Or do they lose it right now to Totes and Robert Roode? Who knows? Now, the other thing is going to be very interesting to see. Totes is starting out the match, but typically he does not stay in tag matches very long. Not in the beginning. Look, I don't know what it is, but Totes is just, he doesn't have it. Oh, look at that. Big spear. Never seen Brute even do a spear. But he spears, gets Walter tagged in really quick, and now Walter and Robert Roode going after it. Both men miss, mainly because Robert Roode is way smaller, or way shorter than Walter. What in the heck? You don't see too many big men doing that, but you do see Walter doing it. Now Brute getting in. And Brute and Walter maintaining control of what's going on in the ring. It's funny, it seems like every now and again Brute gets his wires crossed, but Robert Roode cannot take advantage of it and gets taken to task in the corner. And Brute, sit down powerbomb. Thought he might have been going for a pin. Does eventually go for a pin, but Robert Roode out in two. Now, Robert Roode, still very, very tough competitor. That's got to be why Totes is taking him on also as a tag team partner. I have heard that the militia also includes Jace Wagner. So Jace Wagner, Robert Roode, Totes McGoats making up the militia right now. But facing off, trying to get their first title belts in the group. But man, big boot. And to this point, Brute and Walter have been firmly in control of what's been going on in this match. What is going on? Paul. Yeah, Land of the Giants is right. Totes finally gets something reversed around. DDT on Brute. Brute trying to crawl over. Is he going to get the emergency tag in? Does. And now we're back to Walter and Robert Roode. But Walter has actually firmly been in control of this particular matchup. Now, they haven't fought. Totes hasn't been in the ring when Walter's in the ring. But look at that. Gosh, big body splash. Robert Roode kicks out two, but like seriously, how many of those can you really have in you? Thank goodness he got out of the way of the big old, what he calls the rump shaker. You know, that's sweeter than candy. He's feeling Mandy, and nope, now he's getting kind of handy. Okay. You guys know that's the Check Baby 1, 2, 3, 4 song, then that is good on you. Walter, man, going after everybody. Gets Totes. Totes doing the deal, though. And Robert thought he might have been going after, oh, he's going after the Fiend for some odd reason. Not sure why he's going after the Fiend, but okay. Totes, on the other hand, so it looks like the militia won. Obviously, belts do not change hands, and I think the reason is when the Fiend fought back against Robert Roode, that disqualified Brute and Walter. However, while we may not like how that match went down, while we may not like the results, kind of smart on the Fiend's part, I guess, even though they were firmly in control. But those belts do not change hands. Now, main event of the evening, Universal Women's Championship on the line. Ronda Rousey will be going against one of the greatest female champions, actually the greatest world champion in TSW's history, 5-time women's TSW champion and current, well, kind of, this first time it's going to be fought for, but she will be the one bringing down the Universal Women's Championship. So, main event of the evening, I hope you understand, very excited for this episode. Everything changes tonight. We expand our universe to even more wrestlers, and it should make for even more fun.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Venice Beach, California, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
Well, I'm telling you, I think the baddest woman on the planet is getting ready to meet the baddest woman in the universe. Ronda Rousey will be going up against TSW's very own Ozzy. Where do these two wrestlers end up? Which brands do they end on? Again, we have alluded to this all night long. It is going to take us a few weeks to get everything cleaned up and worked out and moved into some good splits. But,
and introducing the champion, representing the corporation from Wolverhampton, England, she is the Universal Women's Champion, the X Factor, Oxley.
But all those splits start right now. And I think if this was going to be the last Thursday night Outbreak, at least for a while, it is quite the way to put this show on pause. We have had an amazing show so far tonight, and it is not over. Our main event will be next. Women's Universal World Title on the line, the top prize. If you are a woman's wrestler, a female wrestler, the top prize on the line right now. What is going on, Zammy? Welcome to the stream. Hey guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications. It is free, doesn't cost anything. If you don't know what we do here, we create the wrestlers, we create the arenas, we create the title belts, we create the storylines, but we do not control the wrestlers. I turn off the commentary, and all I do is announce. That's it. So you see it when I see it. We can only write the storyline so far because I can't control who wins or who loses. So right off the bat, Ronda Rousey blocking Ozzy's punches and then gets to punching herself. Remember, Ronda Rousey having a background in LMNOP, QRSTUV, in MMA, English. It's what's for dinner. In MMA, so you're going to see a lot of MMA-inspired type moves. Whips Ozzy into the ropes, misses her the first time. Ozzy stops it the second time, but Ronda, you can see a little bit faster than Ozzy. But remember, Ozzy, she's not the TSW Women's 5-time champion by mistake. That wasn't an accident. So Ronda has got to stay in the offense because if Ozzy gets control of this match, it is going to end quick for Ronda. Well, maybe not for Ronda. Ronda is a tough wrestler, but it is probably going to go a lot faster than she thinks it is. So how are you doing, Zammy? What do you think? What do you think about the show so far? Getting Ronda in that ankle lock, finally letting her up. And a big boot right to the solar plexus of Ronda Rousey. That is awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. Ronda, though, gets things turned back around and then drives the knuckles right into Ozzy's head. Ozzy, though, not phased by that, and looks like maybe she didn't make it to the gym yet, so she's going to get in a couple reps with Ronda Rousey. Hey, it's productive, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, being a good teammate. Now Ozzy takes it up to the top rope, big belly-to-belly splash onto Ronda, and then picks her up, and here we go, a move that has kind of been made famous by the likes of Braun Strowman, that running power slam, and gets in another rep because sometimes one rep just isn't enough. You got to get all your sets in. And here comes set number 3. That should kind of finish it out for that move set. And down she goes again. So here we go. We have seen her actually win on this move. Pulls her in. 1, 2, 3. And that is why she was the 5-time TSW Women's World Champion.
Here is your winner, and still Universal Women's Champion, the X Factor, Oxley.
So congratulations goes out to Ozzy, the brand new Women's Universal Champion, in the very first match that title belt has ever seen. Looks a lot like old Goldie right there. That is a real title belt, by the way. But guys, thank you for everything you've done here tonight. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for coming and hanging out with the community. Love it. Everything in the TSW World Wrestling Arena changed tonight. What's that going to mean moving forward in the future? I'm very excited about what's going to be happening. I'm very excited about the directions, and I'm just excited about a lot of it. But it's a lot of it due to you guys, so thank you very much. Remember, check out our stream early tomorrow morning. We will be streaming right around 6 a.m. We will be streaming the Division 2, and I think what we're going to do is take 4 people through Heroics on General Anderson. But from all of us here to all of you out there, love you guys. Thank you for everything you do, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.